This report includes graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is all that remains of the Mohammed family. Khalifa Mohammed and her daughter survived when a mortar hit their home in Mogadishu 2 weeks ago. Her husband and 4 other children did not. The surviving daughter has lost half a leg and the other foot. They are both being treated here at one of the only options left for healthcare in Mogadishu. Originally built for some 7,000 African Union peacekeepers, the hospital, that would qualify as little more than a clinic in many parts of the world, has been opened to a civilian population. Those who are desperately poor and ravaged by 20 years of war come here seeking medical treatment in the midst of a conflict that has Somalia's weak transitional federal government battling Islamist insurgents known as Al-Shabaab. The government has the aid of foreign troops from Uganda and Burundi, but the reality is that Al-Shabaab rule much of the city and the country beyond. Al-Shabaab has taken the fight to the people by targeting civilians with roadside bomb and mortar attacks. Last month, a suicide bomb at a hotel where members of the government were staying killed over 30 people. But the devastation hasn't killed off hope here. Abdiaziz Mahe is a Somali who fled Mogadishu for the United States when the government collapsed in 1991. He now fundraises through the Somali diaspora in the US and Canada to bring equipment and drugs to the hospital. This time, he brought 2 containers donated by the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
Everything is usable, and is a treasure. It's a treasure to here. Some of them maybe don't use anymore over there, but it's a treasure to in here.
With few doctors left in Somalia who are trained to perform surgery, Maaxaay also organises for some patients to be sent to Kenya or the US for treatment.
One of the things that I have hard thing is I don't have a donors that help me out to do this. And the donors sometimes they focusing on malaria, they focusing on HIV. But Somalia has, the problem Somalia having is just powerful than HIV, powerful than health, child and maternity problems. You will see child who have hydrocephalus. Majority in 10 of women that will give birth, 1 or 2 will have a child who has hydrocephalus. They will have spina bifida. They will have tumors. They will have a liver problem. We don't even have one machine who has a dialysis in one hospital. We don't have anything like an MRI or anything like that.
His dedication to improving conditions here is shared by others like Zara Ahmed, known to local women as Mama Zara. She runs a clinic for women who suffer from horrific childbirth injuries. Somali women often give birth at an early age, and with a lack of qualified midwives, there are often medical problems that result. Some of the women suffer for years without assistance. Their stories are similar. They have lost a child and are unable to conceive again. Their husbands divorce them, and their families cannot afford to care for them.
They don't have money to come in the city. Also now in Mogadishu, we don't have enough doctor, or the doctor evacuated for the fighting, continue fighting. For this reason, we are commitment to help our women, and we stay with them.
This young woman was rushed into the hospital after struggling to give birth. Her mother said they went to the other hospitals in town first, but they were asked to pay in US dollars. African Union military doctors operated on her, but it was too late to save her baby.
She came with a ruptured uterus. She has been pushing in the village for 3 days. By the time she came, it was too late. The baby was already dead.
Many of Mogadishu's residents have fled the fighting, seeking shelter in refugee camps. Those who stay face not only devastating violence, but also the healthcare options of a failed state. Jane Ferguson for CNN in Mogadishu, Somalia.